Hello and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. Tonight we are joined by screenwriter Kiril. I know I'm going to mess this up, so my apologies in advance. Kiril Maksimoski, and I'm going to have you repronounce the name because I know I did you not justice. So welcome to the room.
Thank you.
Go ahead and
Thank you, Ari.
Go ahead and repronounce if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, before that, I just want to thank you to having me here. And I want to greet all your listeners. And I hope they will have a fun 20 minutes with me.
I am
So my name...
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Kiril Maksimoski. And I'm a freelance writer, screenwriter from Skopje, Macedonia.
Wow.
And if anybody listens, because it's 1 a.m. actually here. So if anybody listening, I want to greet them too, yeah. And thanks for the bravery for the sleepless night.
Well, good morning to all your listeners in your homeland. Awesome. I didn't realize it was 1 a.m. Wow, that's a major time change there. So let's start right off by digging into the screenwriting, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
The type of scripts you write in your career. Explain that to us. Tell us the genre of your scripts that you prefer to write.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm mostly into horror and thriller scripts.
Okay.
When I was starting off some 20 years ago, I was a really big fan of works of Andrew Kevin Walker, such type of scripts, enigmatic scripts. I don't know, I just gonna mention like a Seven or Stir of Echoes, if anybody has watched that. So actually, although I'm not really into a slasher, classical horror or something like that, I'm looking something like more in a mystery way.
Okay. So a mystery type of horror thriller movies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. Since we're asking what type of screenplays you'd hope to write or that you like to write, tell us a little about your newest. I think, now if I had this correct, let me know if I do not have this correct. Is this one Cut Off Time? Is this your newest script?
Yeah, actually that's the newest short script I have, but I also have a feature script titled Trinity.
Okay.
And it's more of a survival horror this time. Yeah, it's actually about this brother and sister, and they have some odd relationship, and they find themselves stranded in a very dangerous place. And during the ordeal, facing the nemesis, they make a stronger bond between themselves.
Nice. Now this is Cut Off Time that you're referring to, right? Not Trinity.
No, I'm referring to Trinity, but
Okay.
Cut Off Time is a really interesting script I borrowed from my day job. I actually work in the call center.
Okay.
So I talk to people a lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Although I'm not that, I'm actually phone shy, if I can categorize myself.
Really?
So this script is about a guy who one late night gets a call from what it seems to be an angry customer, but it's actually his coworker who was fired because of his mistakes, of the protagonist's mistakes, and now he holds the protagonist's daughter as hostage, and he has only 10 minutes to save her without moving from his
Did we lose you? Did I lose you, Carol? Kiril.
I'm
There you go.
here.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, here.
Sorry. Anyways, you were saying that he has how many minutes to save her?
10.
10 minutes to save her.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, I spent, I think, an hour and 20 minutes on a call service with the Philippines today. So that was a very interesting conversation as well. I really love speaking with people from other countries. I think the dialect is interesting. I think hearing a little bit about their surroundings in comparison to mine, I find that really interesting, very intriguing. So as we're talking about writing, and I just mentioned surroundings of where you live and that, talk to me about your surroundings, the optimal place that brings out your writing, the most inspirational places you like to write.
Well, I'm usually using my own experiences in Storyvice
Okay.
and actually writing at home. There, there's some things that happen and maybe are a little off than just the regular things. I dramatize them.
Right.
I use my imagination, of course. You have to have an imagination. I mean, doing this
Well,
stuff.
yes.
So then, and I come with these inspirations to combine a story.
Right.
And sometimes, of course, I must admit this. I hope many of my colleagues do. I also find inspirations in the movies and stories I like.
Oh, interesting. What would you say has been the most inspirational movie that's really inspired you? What movie would you say has inspired you the most?
I cannot tell you the correct movie which inspired me actually to become a screenwriter.
Okay.
There are many.
There are many.
But the maybe one movie that inspired me to take a little detour from the regular road, if I can say what would be exactly that, would be a Good Will Hunting.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Good Will Hunting.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Because you have this guy who is extremely brilliant and he's a IQ genius, and
Yes.
he works these low-paying jobs because just he wants to get away from himself. But at the end, he actually sees that he's not his own enemy, but he's his hero, his own hero, and he determines to follow his path.
Very interesting. I did enjoy Good Will Hunting. So, in reference to when when we were answering your questions about your surroundings, you made a very good, interesting point. I want to round back to that because I did have a question that kind of resembled that. So let me direct my thinking toward that. You said that you write about your own experiences, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, elaborate on that. Tell me about that.
Well, as I said, in describing the cut of time.
Okay.
So it's basically me working in a call center.
Right.
Having a bad call one night. So, of course, I dramatized the hijacking and all that.
Yeah.
Or Trinity, the ordeal and the tour that the sister and brother took actually happened to me and my friend when we were hiking on the mountains. But of course, there was no bad guy with a sniper chasing us. But at one point, getting down the slope, we were actually at one point we were like in a grave danger.
Oh my!
Yeah. And I said to my friend, it was like a comic relief.
Oh wow!
Said, would it be good if somebody was aiming to us with a sniper gun? At this point.
Oh my!
So idea was born.
Oh my gosh! So what exactly happened on that trip that put you in such danger?
Oh well, we made it to the bottom. Thankfully, no assistance, no 911 was called.
Okay.
But I got my pants ripped off
Oh.
completely. But fortunately, I had another pair of pants, and we had enough private place to change.
I can. Yeah. I.
Yeah,
That would be most devastating. Yes.
yeah. It's not in the script.
No. No. But I can feel your pain on that
Too much
one.
horror.
Yes, I can feel the horror on that one.
You go through this trouble time, and then you see a humor of it, and
Yes.
you get
Yes.
to the story.
I'm sure at the moment you were like, "This is not funny."
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, at certain points it wasn't actually. It was scary, but at
Yeah.
the end, you survive, and everything is like, woo,
Oh, I know. I can.
let's make a movie.
Yes, let's dramatize on that. That is awesome. Since we're talking about drama and your work and something that inspires you, tell me about 2015, Elevation 404. You actually have an IMDb page on this. Just so everyone understands that's listening, this is an urban legend that follows the story of a hitchhiker and a drive that are struck in a time loop. And how hard it was to establish. First off, I have to let people know to me, this is an incredible bit of work for to have the hitchhiker and the driver and establish a time loop. And this is the point. This is what I need for everyone to understand. The movie is only 13 minutes long. So in order to put that much information in such a small span of time is phenomenal. Really it is. To work that much magic in 15 minutes says a lot about you. Tell me of the inspiration that you draw on to be able to do that kind of work.
Well, thank you for praising the movie and the story.
Yeah.
I hope people will see it. Actually, the biggest challenge was to make something, because this is a widely known story.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was featured in Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Also as a story, and it is a urban legend, common urban legend.
Yes. Yeah.
And but the urban legend is actually that the hitchhiker is somebody of another world, shall I say that, or some ghost. And there's this stranded guy who finds him and thinks he just needs a ride, and then he finds the horrible truth. So, not spoiling my movie, I would say this is something similar, but still there's a twist that might surprise some people. So, I don't know. I was doing some combinations while doing outlining the story, and then it just occurred to me that to make that situation, which ended up in the movie, and somehow it worked. I mean, firstly, the director Marian Gavrilovsky,
Mm-hmm.
who made the movie, he liked the idea a lot. He's not a horror fan. He usually does comedy, but this time he was drawn to the script. He opened up to me, said he rarely sees this script here in Macedonia,
Mm-hmm.
and then he decided to make a movie. And we were fortunate enough to have a great support from his team. I mean, the guy who worked the music for us also did the music cues for Lord of the Rings and
Oh,
Kiril,
wow.
featuring. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's well known, living in London.
Yeah. Well, I'm very well
And
familiar with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Well, and he was Marian's body, and did this purely on discount. So it just came together, and I think we made a good short movie. It did some. It's now getting old, yes,
Yeah.
but it did some festival circuit. It got some appraisals, and all in all, I'm satisfied.
Right. Well, you're very humble on that. I've written 12 books, so when I read and see something of this caliber done in 13 minutes, I have to tip my hat to you. That is phenomenal. It really is. To put that much information, detail into 13 minutes of script, it just speaks to what you're capable of. It's truly amazing. Truly it is. For all those who are listening, that needs to be very well pointed out and praised. So I applaud you very much. You're welcome. So if now, as going back to when you talk about you writing yourself, a lot of your characteristics or your surroundings come into your books. I mean, I'm sorry, your writing. I mentioned my books, and now I'm putting books on you, on your screenwriting. So if I were to ask you to describe yourself professionally, since you are a screenwriter, what would you tell me?
Well, there's this saying stating that every amateur needs something professional in him, and every professional needs some amateuring in him.
Mm-hmm.
So I would call myself not yet a professional, quite professional, but striving to it,
Striving
hoping
to
for
it.
it.
Striving,
To it,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
hoping for it, and just now focusing on the work. I
Right.
just got, I mean, I just got my first assignment, a side project I'm working on now, right
Uh-huh.
now. It's a script I'm doing for this a great production house from Netherlands. It's called Impulse Product Pictures, yes.
Nice.
And we hope, yeah, that the pre-production will be sometime in spring 2023.
Nice.
I'm involved with two great guys I've met online, and I hope we will continue collaboration live as well. The actor Henk Blue
Mm-hmm.
from the Netherlands, and the director Paul Niemaki.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, maybe you can come back when you're underway on the project, and we can advertise it out a little bit. That'd be great.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's all under. I cannot disclose anything at the
Right,
moment.
right. I
The
fully
title and
understand.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
but
Right, I know. I get you. I'm just trying to
I
hit
think
you
it
up
will
for
be.
future.
Yeah, of course, of course. It will be all over the net, I hope. And yeah, I can just say that it will be an interesting thriller drama.
Right.
Something I personally haven't experienced so far, and I hope it will be something new for the potential viewers.
Well, I'm sure it will be. I really will. So, as we are talking descriptions, tell me a trait of yourself. Now, actually, you did that. You sort of told me about your work experience, but tell me about a personal trait that you have done for maybe something recent or in past work. Can you tell us something like that? Something personal of your traits that found its way into characters?
You mean something that I include into my characters, like my
Yes, yes, yes.
personality? Oh, well, that's going to explain in a few minutes.
Okay.
But okay, no, it's a good question. Thank you. Um, Actually, I cannot just say I do. I get a piece of clay and then I make a figure of it.
Right.
So it's not like that. It's not.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I do a mix. Yes, it's some of my personalities. It's some of the personalities of the people close to me or around me. You know, I always say the screenwriter, perfect screenwriter, is actually a human dumpster.
Ah.
I'm sorry, it's not to offend anybody, but
No, no.
you need to just pick up quotation marks garbage,
Right.
and
I
recycle it.
I kind of understand that. When I traveled, my husband and I would be in the airports, and I found it the most incredible time just to sit there and take out a notebook and jot down characteristics as people walk by, little bits of conversation that you hear around you. So considering calling it a dumpster, an emotional dumpster, it kind of makes a lot of sense because you're just taking it all in and filtering it down and letting it flow out on the paper. So that really is intriguing. That's a very interesting to talk about it and see it in that way. Oh, there's my timer. So we've hit 20 minutes. I told you it goes a little quick, doesn't it? But as a last question, you did mention that you have a project coming up in 2023 with the Netherlands. So can you tell us something about any other things that are coming up for 2023 for you? Anything you can tell us?
Nothing so firmly. I'm just hoping I will be able to apply with the Trinity script to a project called First Film First.
Oh,
This is with the support of the Goethe Institute in Europe.
okay.
Yeah, and it is for the Southeastern Europe, the Balkan countries.
Okay.
And if I get selected to this program, I will get a pretty good chance to work with the top mentors
Nice.
and also maybe have a chance to put Trinity into production.
That would be fantastic. And I wish you the best of luck for that because I really see a lot more coming from you. I really do.
Thanks.
I want to thank you so much for being on with us tonight. I want to thank our listeners for coming in once again. Until next time, bye-bye for now.